Today I will be comparing Atlas Coffee to Trade, two very popular coffee subscription services. I'm going to figure out which one is better for me and which one might be better for you, based on a few different factors. So, right off the bat, as we can see, Trade comes in this orange bag that they left in my mailbox, and Atlas comes in a box that they left at my little package center. It appears to be shipped via Amazon shipping. I don't know if that's usually the case or if that's just for me, because I'm special. But I got Atlas and I got Trade, so let's open them up first. First up, I'm opening Trade. Trade, I really liked. They had a very personalized kind of approach that they take. Their quiz included things like, you know, how adventurous you are in choosing your beans, how explorative you want to be, as well as, you know, of course, roast preference, caffeinated or decaf, and then specific questions about what flavor profiles you prefer. I am a light to medium girly, personally. But if you're not, you can select. They have like a big wide range that you can choose. And then as far as flavor goes, I selected fruity. I like nutty. I like a little bit bright and floral. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So you can get real specific with that. And I opened up my bag, and this is what I got. I got the Methodical. It is Costa Rica, La Pastora. I went to Costa Rica and I tried some beans there, and it was my favorite coffee I've ever had. So I have high hopes for this. It's also a beautiful bag. Gorgeous gowns, beautiful bag. And they're all from independent local roasters around the country, but this is Methodical. This is the first one that I will be trying from Trade. And from Atlas, their approach is a little bit different. They only do single origin coffees, so you can put in your preferences, but what you're gonna get is whatever their coffee of the month. They have kind of like a country of the month, if you will. It's all single origin. If you want a quick breakdown, single origin means, as it implies, that the beans are from one single location. And so that's great if you're trying to get sort of a snapshot of what a bean would taste like in all of these specific circumstances, like this elevation, this amount of rainfall, this temperature, this type of climate. Those specific things for single origin are what you're gonna be looking for when you're tasting it. Whereas Trade has both single origin and blends. This is a single origin, but they do have blends that are better for consistency. If you have a specific flavor profile that you're going for, then roasted blends are going to be a better choice for you. But this month from Atlas, it's Vietnam is the country of origin, and this packaging is beautiful. What Atlas does is they send you little things, right? So I have this beautiful little postcard. On the back it says, in Vietnam, the cherished saying, when eating a fruit, think of the person who planted the tree. That's sweet. Comes alive with every experience as you wander through Hanoi's 1,000-year-old temple of literature. You appreciate the ancient scholars who persevered Vietnam's heritage while cruising among the limestone pillars. Yeah, so it's just a little postcard with some flavor text about Vietnam and the culture. And then this is kind of where you get into the nitty-gritty of the bean and the coffee history. So the tasting notes that I'm supposed to be tasting here: raisin, pear, and custard. It's a medium roast. It's an Arabica bean. It flourishes without irrigation due to ample sunlight and rainfall. Sustainable farming practices minimize water use conflicts, while high altitudes and seasonal shifts enhance the coffee flavor's complexity. And then it gives you kind of a little history lesson on Vietnam's coffee history, and the region and different coffee notes. So these are both washed processes. That means that the bean is, the fruit is removed. Some processes are fermented, so they leave the cherry on, and it kind of creates sort of a funky, you can play with the flavor. Both of these are washed, which is a pretty traditional process. So let's get into tasting. I'm gonna try brewing this. I got my little Chemex here with my Chemex filter, and I'll be right back. Okay, dumping the beans in here, a little grinder. Doing a coarse grind because it's a Chemex. I'm gonna do my little thing. Now I'm gonna pour over. You wanna go in a circle and make sure that you saturate all of the grounds first. Give them a second to bloom when they start bubbling. And you're going to want to do slow, continuous circles to make sure it's evenly distributed. And hopefully it leaves kind of a perfect circular divot in the center, okay? So we're gonna wait while it filters down. So, Trade Coffee, you can get 1 or 2 bags of this 10.9 ounce, it's 10.9 ounce bags that they give you. And you can get 1 or 2 delivered every 2 or 4 weeks. They do also have a 2-pound bag option if you prefer that for your subscription. It's also $16.99 a bag for most beans. She is done brewing. Set this to the side. It smells really good. Pour it in my little cup here. Beautiful. That's really good. That's really good. I just took a sip, but you're supposed to sniff first to get the scent, right? And this kind of protects, you know, your nose from outside air. And then you want to slurp it. I know. But that like aerates it and gets it, helps bring out the flavor. This is really good. This is really good. It is very bright. It's very fresh. I'm tasting almond. I'm definitely getting plum. I'm definitely getting ginger snap. Not sure that I taste almond, but it is really good and it's really fresh, and I'm very much going to enjoy this. So let me rinse out my stuff and come back to try the Atlas. Okay, all right. We're trying the Atlas now. Let it brew. While it's brewing, I just have to show y'all. This is Ophelia. This is who's screaming in the background. She's wearing her watermelon of shame because she won't stop scratching her beautiful face. Set it there. Different mug. Yeah. It smells very earthy. It smells very warm. Yeah, I would say probably earthy is how I would describe the taste of this, in my professional opinion. I will say the flavor is a little bit more mellow than the Trade. And again, we are comparing this bag to this bag. This is definitely a darker roast. So it's, you know, not at the very top. Well, it's not darker. It's not a dark roast. It's darker than this light medium roast. But the tasting notes, raisin, pear, and custard. What else? This is a medium roast. It's from northwestern Vietnam. It's a washed and white honey process, and the altitude is 800 to 1200 meters. Here in the United States of America, we don't talk in meters, so I don't know what that means. I know about miles. I'm just kidding. I don't actually sound like that. But overall, I think between the two, I prefer the Trade. But again, it's a subscription, so you're gonna get a different bean every month or every 2 weeks or whatever you want. Now, I'm gonna talk about the brands, the subscription services, kind of by the numbers. First, let's talk customization options. easy winner here is gonna be Trade Coffee. Atlas, love you to death. Trade Coffee has such an extensive quiz process for you to find the bean that's best for you. Because they don't focus on only single origin. They do have a lot of single origin options, don't get me wrong, but they offer blends, they offer a wider variety of beans, and just more beans in general. So I think as far as customization options, if you know exactly what you like, or if you're trying to figure out what you like, and once you get there, you wanna stay there, I say definitely go with Trade. Atlas, as cool as they are, they focus on single origin. So kind of what you get is what you get. They will take your preferences into consideration, but that is not the focus of this particular brand. Now, looking at roast selection control. Again, Trade is gonna win. You kind of get what you get with Atlas. No hate to that. A lot of people want to just try a bunch of different single origin coffees and explore that way. Their little branding stuff is super cool. I think that this postcard and your little tasting note thing are super, super helpful and great at kind of dipping your toe into a coffee education, more than just experiencing a coffee that you like. Trades, their thing, they grow with you. So as you explore beans and you like them, you can go in and tell them, oh, I liked this about this, but I might want to try something different. And you can change the profile as you go, as you discover more of what you like in a bean, you know, what kind of coffee you're into. That's their whole thing. And last but not least, long-term variety potential. Again, Trade is gonna win this one. They do have over 500 different beans from over 55 independent roasters across the United States. And to me, that's pretty great. Over, you know, a long term, I'm not somebody who's married to one particular roast of coffee. I wanna try different stuff. So Trade is a better fit for me, who's a bit more adventurous with my coffee and who has a more expansive palate and who just wants to try different stuff. Whereas Atlas is great if you are a single origin loyalist and you just want to experience different coffees from around the world with little tasting notes. So overall, I really like both of these coffees. Today, I really like the Trade better. So I'm gonna be drinking this morning. But yeah, overall, very comparable, different subscription services. It's just really more about what you're trying to get out of your subscription. For me, it's gonna be Trade, because I like blends, I like what I like, and I like discovering new things. So, hope this helped. Let me know which one you prefer, or if there are other coffee subscription services to check out. And have a great day.